Hello everyone, back here. I got a short video for you guys, for the Manitoba guys that buy and sell auto pack vehicles from the auction, the write-offs. If you're wondering why MPI is cracking down on the body integrity process, and how most body shops, reputable ones, are very picky of how the reconstruction is performed. I'm gonna give you a little example here. I've been playing with these Chevrolet Cobalts Pontiac G5s for probably 10 years, so I know the ins and outs of these things. But I bought this vehicle. It's a second total loss, so it's a parts only vehicle, which means it was written off at one time and then it was fixed. Going through the process of getting a body integrity, 3D printout, four-wheel alignment, and a Manitoba safety inspection. There's guys out there that put these things together very cheaply, fast. I mean, you want to do less expensive as you can, but when it comes to the integrity of the vehicle, that's why MPI is cracking down on it, because some guys are trying to cheat and do it cheaply and basically repairing it incorrectly. I got a vehicle in here. I bought it for parts. I'm starting to take it apart for parts, and I noticed many things wrong with the process of the rebuild from the first time. So one being, they like to not have any bare metal and stuff and whatever. And when it comes to your frame or any part of the structure in the front, these vehicles are designed to have crumple zones in certain areas, and if they've been compromised, they're to be repaired to OEM specs, which makes sense. This vehicle here is a 2009 Chevrolet Cobalt, red one, four-door automatic. Again, second total loss for parts. So first thing is, this is your frame rail. I noticed right off the hop, this frame rail is definitely not straight. There's a kink in it here, and there's a huge gap. Like, I can stick more than my finger width, which is wrong. This part of the frame rail actually curves up like this. And there is a slight curve to it that should be there. But this one here is pretty excessive. Straight up. So we'll go to the other side. Whereas on this side, there's the gap that I can't stick my finger in. You notice it's more flat here, and it's not as curved going upwards like this. Let's see if I can get phone in there to see it. There it is. So there is also a kink on this side, right here. Paint chipping away. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I'm gonna try and zoom into this here, but anyway, right here, we've got a kink in it. This gap is way too high. This is pushed up. Now, if you look at it from this angle, you can see from this rebar flat point how it goes up excessively. Go to this one. Where am I here? There. And it's more level. There we go. So in my experience, that technically shouldn't have passed the body integrity. They ask you to have the bumper covers removed so that they can see that stuff. Most body shops anyway. The body shop I bring it to, a lot of guys don't bring it to him. They've brought vehicles to him and they say, oh, he's too picky, he's too picky. I prefer that. Mainly because I buy and sell these cars, and it's the safety of the next driver. I don't know the vehicle, right? So the integrity of the vehicle is very important for the next person driving it, which is why MPI is cracking down. Also, on these cars, there's certain bolts and hardware that go together that are made to go together to put it back together properly. Another example is when the bumper cover meets the fender, clips on here, and then there's a bolt. I don't know if I'll be able to see that. You can kind of see the, see if we can get right here, the bolt that goes up from here like this into the bumper cover. That is a very specific bolt. This is the bolt. It's got a like a flange almost type thing right here, and it goes through the bumper cover, and it holds that in line with the hole in the bumper cover, which I took off. Is the hole even ripped? No. Okay. The big hole right here. This bolt goes in like this. That tapered part holds it in place. So it looks like that. Now, this is a bolt from another vehicle. This is not the bolt they had in there. They had one of these. Wrong bolt. Bumper cover aligns to the fender. That bolt basically aligns it so it's nice and level and the body lines flow. Now, on this side, they did the exact same thing. This is the wrong bolt. They put the bolt that's supposed to go here, they put it here. Not only that, there's two bolts that also go here to hold this plastic clip in. Well, they didn't put those in, and with that taper bolt being there in the wrong spot, this is moving around. And when I got the car inside, I noticed the bumper cover was shifted out. I'm like, oh, it's ripped. No, it wasn't ripped. Improper bolts. Also, when you put the headlight into your bracket, I call it a headlight bucket, there's an alignment right there. A little tab off the headlight that sits in here. Slides in here, bolts up here, lines up in there. Make sure everything's aligned. My theory is because it was improperly repaired, nothing aligned, so they left bolts loose, put bolts in improper places so that everything would snap together and it looks pretty on the outside. I don't know who did the integrity on this one. I would never send it, personally, I would never send it to an integrity shop like this because I know the guy I bring it to would automatically fail it. But anyway, just a quick tip. If you're wondering why MPI is cracking down on body integrities, I don't want to sound rude. Again, I don't know who did it, but it's from people hacking these cars back together and being able to sleep at night knowing they sold it to somebody else for profit. It kind of bugs me. If you have a family, wife, and kids and stuff like that, I wouldn't. And you put your trust in these people to sell you a quality used vehicle, and it's put together like this. It's not right. So don't get me wrong, MPI is not the most favorite crown corporation in the world, but for this one reason, I could see why they're cracking down on how the integrities are performed, who gets to perform them, what qualifications you need. It's basically to try and get these hackers to not, or to stop hacking them together, or the body shops to stop getting them to pass these hack jobs. So that's my rant for the day. I bought it for a parts car, so it's second total loss. It can't be put back on the road. There is structural damage from the second total loss, so which is another good reason why it's written off. But second total loss, I think, was a great idea. It's like a pop can, right? It's nice and straight. You squish it once, you can try and straighten it out. It might not be perfect, but the more times it squishes and retracts, it's going to be weak. So I agree with NPI on that. But anyway, just a quick little video of these cobalts that I play with and why NPI is cracking down on their body integrities and some of the reasons why. This is one of them. So yeah, if you're in the market for a cobalt or you need parts, I have lots. Again, thanks for subscribing, thanks for liking. Tricks and tips, let me know, and we'll see you again on the next video. Take care.